Hello viewers, welcome back to QSG. So today we're going to do a window takeoff. So this is a copy of a window schedule. That's our first step on a window takeoff. So this window schedule might vary depending on the person who is doing the takeoff. This is my own design of doing it. So some other people might have a different design, but this is a basic design that you have to know. And then it might also vary depending on the type of window, but I don't think it will vary that much because this will include almost everything. And then on this window schedule, with the reference column, which is our first column, where I usually put the code name for that type of window. For instance, here it's NE1. So some might use reference letters like A up to Z, or numbers 1 up to 10 or up to 20 or something. And then but what I like is to put the code name for that type of window so as to make it easier to look for it on the window catalog. So move on to the second column, which is the elevation column. So on the elevation column, we just draw a simple schematic of a window which shows the dimensions of that window. For instance, here we've got 645 millimeters by 533 millimeters, and the schematic should also show the size of glazing. Here we've got 25, and then the third column, that's the location column, or that's the location column. So here our location is the bathroom, and then move on to the internal seals column, the internal window sill column. So here we put the description of the internal window sill. For instance, here it's apply 1 coat 10mm plaster and 1 undercoat and 2 finishing coats of high quality PVA paint to internal window sill, of course. So that's our description for internal window sill. And then external window sills, it's just brick on edge sill. Move on to glazing column, where you put the type of glazing. So since this is a bathroom window, we're going to put a tinted glass. So our description reads 4mm tinted glass in party. So that's it for glazing. And move on to the last column, which is the quantity column, where we put the quantity of windows in that building, or in that in that building. So that's the same procedure for all this. So only a few things might change. For instance, here on this type, which is the C4H type, we've got there are 3 locations on that C4H type. We've got 3 locations. That's the dining, living area, and bedroom. And also on our quantity column, we did put 3, and then also changed the thickness of the glazing and like the type of glazing, which is 3mm clear glass in party, which is different from the bathroom. So on our takeoff, we start with the supply and the type of window frame. So here we say on our description, It says steel window frame with diamond buckler bars to be supplied by the type of supplier you want, who is going to supply your window frames. And then these are the types of window frames: NE1, C2H, and C4H. And these are quantities for the type of windows. NE1 we need 1, C2H we need 1, C4H we need 3. So move on to building in frame. So building in frame description reads: set up window frame into position and build into brickwork in crumbs as work proceed, not exceeding 5 square meters. That's for anyone. So it's 0.65 by 0.53, which give us 0.35. So, and they will say, and deduct brickwork in common bricks in 1:4 cement, sand, mortar, and stretcher bond, and deduct plaster in 1:4 cement and sand mortar mix, and deduct 1 coat and 2 finishing coats, 1 undercoat and 2 finishing coats of high quality PVA paint. So what this is just remember, on our takeoff list we have that part for adjustment for openings. What I did is just to match the adjustment of openings to building in frame. Why? Because we have these two share the same types of dimensions. They say they share the same type of dimensions. That's why I matched them together. So we move on to, we say detour C2H, which is on our next page. So here it is not allowed to say detour C2H or detour whatever and then continue like nothing happened on the next page. You are not allowed to say detour on the next page. What you have to do is to write your detour and state as before described, or ABD in brackets, and state and write the description that you wrote before. As you can see here, that's the same description that I wrote in building in frame. So this is the same description, and you say detour C4H, which is 1.51 by 0.53 by 3. So that's not by 0.53, it's by 0.95. So that's not 0.53, that's 0.95, and you get your answer. This changes the answer maybe to 4, something, maybe around 4.9. We state on our west column, we state the type of window frame and the size for glazing, and put our dimensions for that class. So here we've got 25, size 25, with the length of 880 millimeters and the width of 460 millimeters. C2H, you have got size 11, size 10, and size 19. C4H, you have got 10, 11, and 19 with their dimensions. And then we move on to the description for glazing. So there is our description. State the type of window and the size, and say write your description: 4mm tinted glass in party. And then these are dimensions. On the dimension column, you multiply both those two and you get your answer, which is 0.41. Same thing for C2H. The only thing that changes the description, which reads 3mm clear glass in party, and we say 0.46 by 0.29 by 3, because there are 3 size 11s in C2H type: Detour size 10 and Detour size 19, in which there are 2 size 19. Move on to C4H. We've got size 10. There are 2 size 10s, and then there are 3 C4H type windows. So that's why we said this by 2 by 3. And then same thing for this one, almost this is same thing, in which there are 3 size 11s and 3 C4H type window frames. Multiply those, you get this answer. That's the same process with size 19. And then I'll move on to painting. So painting, the description for painting: apply 1 undercoat and 2 finishing coats, high quality gloss enamel paint to steel window frames and burglar bars. So that's the dimensions for the any one type of frame. So which is 0.65 by 0.53 by 2. So, and then we multiply those 3, we get 0.69. Sorry to cancel, I made a mistake here. And then, so why are we saying by 2? When we are calculating steel window frames, we just calculate the area for that frame, and then if we get that area, multiply by 2, since we've got 2 sides of window frames. So that's how we calculate it. It is calculated same as pulse rating. And then we say Detour C2H, same thing, this by 2, we get 1.94. And then Detour C4H, 1.51 by 0.95 by 3 by 2, in which we get 8.60. Sorry to cancel some numbers out. I forgot to say it by 2. But so on window sills, we've got internal sills. So we do some measurements on the west column side. For any 1 hour length for window sills is going to be 533 millimeters. Our width is going to be 115 millimeters divided by 2, in which is 57.5. Why are we saying 115 divided by 2? We are dividing the thickness of the wall by 2, since our window is going to sort of like divide between the external sill and the internal sills, whereas we want the internal sill. And then we move on to C2H. The length is 1022 millimeters. Same thing for C2H, and also for C4H our width is the same, and then the length is 1511. Move on to our description, which reads internal window sills to be plastered and painted in 1 undercoat and 2 finishing coats of high quality PVA paint. So this one is for anyone, that's why I indicated anyone. It's 0.53 by 0.058, which gives us 0.03 square meters. So that's in square meters. So everything that we put on our dimension column is going to be in meters. it's going to be measured in meters, whether it's square meters, cubic meters, or linear meters. It's going to be in meters, unless it's different type of what of measurement. Maybe it's the liters or what, or numbers. So we move on. We say D2 C2H, do the same thing, multiply those two, get our area, and then C4H, we multiply this one and this one by 3. We say 1,51 by 0,58 times 3, and we get 0,9. So we multiply those 3 and then we get 0,09. We move to external seals. External seals description reads external window seals to be brick on edge seal in face brick. For anyone, so I forgot to put the measurement for the external seal for anyone, which is 0,53. Our answer is going to be 0,53 also. We say D2 C2H, which is 1,02, D2 C4H 3,15. Sorry, that's 1,53 multiplied by 3, we get 4,53. Move to window reviews. It's more of like the window sills. We say anyone, we take our length this time is going to be for window reviews, for like when on the anyone type, the window review length is going to be 656 millimeters. Our width is going to be the same as that one we used on the window sills, which is 57,5. And then so the description for window reviews is going to be external. We start with the external reviews. External window reviews to be plastered and painted in one undercoat and 2 finishing coats of high quality PVA paint. That's for anyone, say 0,65 by 0,058, and then multiply by 2. Say you get 0,08. So the reason why you multiply by 2 is just because a single window frame has got 2 reviews, or on the left and right side. So same thing for C2H and also C4H. Only on C4H we are going to say multiply by 2 reviews and by 3, which is the quantity of C4H type windows. Move to internal reviews, in which the description reads internal reviews to be plastered and painted in one undercoat and 2 finishing coats of high quality PVA paint to any one window, and then that's 0,65 by that one by 2, we get 0,08, which is the same as for C2H and also for C4H. We move on to, so on window headers or window soffits, our description will read apply one coat plaster and 1 undercoat and 2 finishing coats of high quality PVA paint. So right here and list the whole description to window headers. So this one is for anyone, say 0,53 by 0,056 multiply by 2, because there are 2 headers, the exterior and the interior. So this will depend on your type of plaster finishing. whether whether the exterior is different from the interior. If it is different, don't say by 2, just separate those two and make one for interior and one for exterior. And even if the painting is different, do the same thing. And then we move on to C2H, which is the same thing, and also C4H, where we say multiply by 2 and by 3. So I noticed that on my last video for window takeoff list explained, I said window headers, they are just pre-con edge. So I made mistake there. Window headers, they are just soffits of the lintel, the underside of the lintel. Hope you understand. The bottom part of a lintel, where when you're looking at the window, at the top of the window, that part which you see, the bottom part of the lintel, the bottom visible part of the lintel, that's the window head. Hope you understand there. Some they might say they are reveals, but they are not reveals. That's not a window reveal, that's a window header. And then you move on to lintels, DPC, and pelmets. So I also matched these ones, these three together, because they share the same concept. And so on our west column, we calculate our lengths, so that the length for any one is 533 millimeters. We add 1/5 by 2, that's 230. So if this plus 230, get 763 millimeters. That's for any one. And this one is for C2H, 1022 plus 230, we get 1252. Same thing for C4H. So our description will read: precast concrete lintels to windows and to suit 1/5 millimeter wall for any one, that's 0.76, and we say and DPC to suit 1/5 millimeter wall and timber pelmets to windows, detour C2H. So this one, it's where I said they share the same concept, so they share the same dimensions. That's why I did put them all under the same dimensions, or I matched them together. And then we move on to say detour C2H, which is 1.25, and detour C4H is 1.74 times 3, 15. So that's not 15, that's 5.22. So thanks for watching, guys. That's the end of our takeoff. Any comments, criticism, just drop them on the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing.